Trojan family, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, I got some great news, man, when we're talking about USC in the spring practice, man. Look, they are in a battle. They are in a fight for their lives. When you're talking about one specific linebacker group, man, that we've already talked about this. We talked about the linebacker group is very loaded. We talked about it's going to be very competitive. And listen, this thing looks to be shaping up like something serious right now. And I think USC linebackers are going to go at it, continue to go at it. So we got some news and notes on that. We want to talk about this, some comments that Lincoln Riley made and Alex Grinch. Alex Grinch just came back after being gone for like a few months now. We haven't heard from him since the Tulane game in Dallas. He made some comments. We want to talk about his comments as well. Alex Grinch and Lincoln Riley both, who they're impressed with. They're excited to be back. The body development, all these different things that are taking place, man. Look, this thing seems to be continuing to move and groove in the right direction. So look, you guys know where to find me. It's going to be USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Let's take a look at this information and some highlights and some clips and some pictures of the spring practice. Well, after spring practice, just now getting going again. They were in the rain. So look, let's take a look at it. Let's go. All right, this is the players coming out, man. And look at Tacky Curtis, man. He already looks like a specimen. He already looked like he's been in college for 12 years. Look how big this guy is, man. He's coming out, and we got to talk about this battle, man. I got some update news on this linebacker battle with Tacky Curtis and Shane Lee, Mason Cobb, all these guys. So we're going to talk about. And as you see here, man, these guys were absolutely in the rain today. But listen, you know, to all those who suggest and that suggests that USC doesn't play in any type of weather, everything is always the sunshine. It's never the rain. You know the old song they had, "It Never Rains in Southern California." Well, it's never rained like this that I can remember. You would think you in Seattle, but this weather is absolutely, look, it is preparing you for the Big Ten, man. Literally preparing you, because it's been cold, it's been raining, and look, this is what they had to deal with all day long, man. But the guys were in good spirits. Lincoln Riley, Alex Grinch both gave us some positive feedback, even as it relates to the weather. Everybody had to adjust, everybody had to adapt, and as a result, the practice was good. So we got some news and note highlights, information as it relates to that as well. Now, we have some news on the linebacker battle right now. It appears that Shane Lee is still running with the ones right now. We know this is the first practice returning, but look, it is Shane Lee. Shane Lee is in the position of being. Now, I did hear this a couple of weeks ago, but it wasn't confirmed. But I think I confirmed it now that Shane Lee is running with the ones. Also, I'm hearing Rajon Davis as well. Rajon Davis is running alongside of Shane Lee with the ones, man. So look, I talked about Rajon the other day about how he was my breakout player back in October when these guys first got hurt, when Gentry got hurt. But look, it appears that Rajon is running next to Shane Lee right now. And look, hey, the battle's up in the air right now. May the best man win. Mason Cobb appears to be running with the twos right now. Mason Cobb with the twos. So it's Shane Lee, Rajon Davis with the ones. Mason Cobb is running with the twos. Tacky Curtis, freshman Tacky Curtis, appears to be running with the twos next to Mason Cobb. Look, man, it is straight up go time, man. Doesn't he look like he's been there already for years, man? But Tacky Curtis is running next to Mason Cobb, running with the twos. And look, you got your 1 and 2s right now as things stand. So Coach Riley made some very interesting comments, man, after practice. And I listened to the interview, and he really he was impressed by a few guys, man. And he talked about wide receiver Dorian Sanger, how he reminded him of a receiver that he had, a guy by the name of Justin Hardy at East Carolina, who happens to be, I think he was like the all-time leading um, receptions or in college football when he was at East Carolina. So look, man, I think it's good things to come. He's very impressed right now with Dorian Singer. Coach Riley made that statement, and then he also made a very telling statement as well when he talked about scholarships. He said, "Listen," he said, "we have a couple of scholarships open." He said, "And look, they're expecting to fill a couple of slots. So look, man, we've talked about this. We already know that they want to fill one slot at offensive line. We know that they want to fill some on the defensive line. Look, man," he said after spring, he said they expect more slots to be open. Now, how that happens, I'm not exactly sure. I know the number was last at 86 last time we checked, if I'm not mistaken. So it looks to be this thing really looks to be shaping up. Listen, Lincoln Riley is playing chess. He's not playing checkers. He knows that we got exposed by the lack of depth, and so I think he's trying to add to that depth. And listen, he doesn't want to be caught in a situation where the depth is an issue once again. He also they also there's some questions also asked about Jamil Muhammad, transfer from Georgia State. Wanted to know how did they find him? How did they catch him? And he said, look, man, when they got people that look for these guys, man, and when he went in the portal, he said, he said he just seen him. He jumped out on film. And listen, man, he's continued to move and groove and continue to impress. He is excited about what he sees from Jamil Muhammad. So look, man, Lincoln Riley is he continues to move and groove with this, man. And look, he also talked about Marshawn Lloyd, how he looks explosive, how he's running, he's compact, and he's very excited about what Marshawn Lloyd is doing as well, man. So look, these are some very telling comments. Everything that we've seen already, this from just one practice, man. It's like so much information that's came out since this one practice. Let's talk about Alex Grinch. Alex Grinch, man, look, Alex Grinch had an opportunity to speak, and listen, this is the very first time we've heard from Alex Grinch since the Tulane game, man. We hadn't seen him. We just hadn't seen him. And so, look, he talked about putting these guys in great position. He talked about just trying to make the transition for these guys a lot easier. And look, some of the language that he was using kind of sounds similar to what Hayes Pilar, when he was on here, he kind of said the same thing, man. The one-on-ones got to happen, man. The one-on-ones got to happen, and you got to execute these plays, man. So listen, we're not putting this on anybody. We're not going to put it on Alex Grinch. We're not going to put it on the players. This is a new year. This is a fresh year. We believe that this thing is going to move and groove. And Lincoln Riley did talk about the guys and the depth that we had. He said, look, we got the depth. He said it's not going to be a drop-off. And look, I think that Alex Grinch, of course, with the new defensive analyst, I think we're going to see some things move and groove in the right direction. And listen, we're going to the championship. I'm telling you that right now. We are going to the championship. So look, hit me in the comments. What do you guys think about Alex Grinch coming back, coming into the press conference this afternoon after the practice? They were in the rain. You see the rain on the scope. So, man, hit me in the comments. This is just a small, brief update on the spring practice for the first spring practice for after spring break. All right, so does anything surprise you about what we've seen and what we heard thus far with the practice, man? You got Rajon, like I stated, and Shane Lee appearing to be running right now with the first team. Now, I will say this, Mason Cobb, if you guys remember in the interview that he had prior to those guys, before they left to the spring break, you remember Mason Cobb trying to get acclimated, mentioned about the system. And I don't know if you guys realize this, last year, a lot of guys that we've had, like Rajon, that were already there, a lot of guys that we've already had, they were trying to get acclimated to this system. They were trying to get this information down. And talking to some people about this defense, sometimes it could be somewhat complex. And so, look, Mason Cobb is now in that situation to where he has to learn this defense as well, just like the guys that we had. Now that these guys, Rajon Davis, Shane Lee, all these other guys, they've been in this system already. So look, they are very familiar with it. So now they're ready to rock and roll with it, move and groove, and they're very familiar with it now. So it's going to be go time. I think it's going to be a battle. Look, I'm very anxious to see who exactly is going to be the starting linebackers. You see Mason Cobb, Tackett Curtis, those two running with the second team. Shane Lee Rajon Davis running with the first team. So look, I'm excited about that. There's some battles going on, and look, I'm excited about the receiver position as well. I'm excited about Lincoln Riley's tone, period. If you guys remember, this time last year, the same tone that he had, talking about the offensive line, talking about the group as a whole, talking about how they blending everything together. Lincoln Riley had the same type of tone last year, and we now starting to sense and see it this year. He sees something in this team just like he did last year. And listen, he was all the way correct. Lincoln Riley was correct about this team last year. They ended up going 11-3, and we know the potential. It could have been much better given the fact that we got to get the fact that Caleb Williams got hurt. And so we didn't have the depth. Lincoln is now talking about this depth. We have much more. We don't have a big drop-off. He mentioned that in the interview. So look, it's go time. It's on the popping. It's on the cracking, man. So look, USC is look, man. I'm gonna give my preview. I'm saying the playoffs. It's playoffs. But look, I'm gonna give my preview. But I'm gonna tell you right now. I did this last year, and I felt like we would go undefeated, provided that Caleb Williams stayed healthy. And sure enough, we know that he didn't stay healthy. So look, man, you guys hit me in the comment section. You tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Are you guys excited about the things that we've heard? Just day one of returning from practice, from spring practice. Hit me in the comment section. You know where to find me. It's going to be USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. Listen, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen today. Fight on, fight on, fight on.